Hello and welcome everybody to my first ever video. My name is Talanash and today I'll be making a dual blades build with you, and hopefully this will inspire you in making your own builds, and maybe even making somebody else's build maybe just a tad bit better. Uh, and hopefully this will help teach you how to make a build and try something new. And so let's get into it. I'll be working with the dual blades today. And so to start off with, we go into our equipment and unequip everything. Just so that way we don't have any random skills that could be interfering with our testing of the weapon and of our choice. And so that way we don't get any false numbers, any false uh, interference, so to speak. So let's, and I'll be working with the Taroth Dagger's Spark, which I have just recently acquired through the Kolftaroth Siege. And so let's go over here and do some little slicing dicing, just so that way we can test out the weapon, see what it all does. Straight away I can see that my stamina is just being destroyed, which is understandable. So maybe Constitution or even Stamina Surge would be a benefit, as well as the Weakness Exploit, Critical Eye, and Crit Boost, seeing how we're just hitting, doing so many hits so quickly that we would want to be critting as much as possible. So that looks to be about it. So let's go and head over to the smithy, and I'll see you all there. Alright, now that we're at the smithy, I had gone ahead and switched out the dual blades for the fire and ice set, which gives you a bonus, a two-part bonus of doing both ice element and blast status damage, and that is the reason why I had gone ahead and got this, is because since you're going to be hitting the monster so much through the dual blades, that you want to be either doing element damage or status effect, and the fire and ice is the only dual blades that does both. And so I had gone ahead, got this, just because it would be very beneficial in any dual blade build. Alright, so to start with, before I even look at the armor, I go ahead and look at my decorations, see what I have, what I can do. So first off, I can see I have 2 weakness exploit, 2 tenderizer jewels not being used. I got 3 expert jewels here for critical eye. I also have 3 critical jewels for the critical boost. I also have a sharp jewel, 2 attack jewels. So far it's looking pretty good for decoration wise. So I have a lot of leeway with the armor I can use, and that's what I'm looking for. What do I need to work on, or what do I need to focus on in order to get the skills that I need. And as I look through here, I see I have physique jewel 2, which is for the constitution skill, which would be very helpful. And that seems to be it. So now that I looked at that, let's go ahead and take a look at the charms, which will also help further our idea of how much leeway we can work with. We have to work with. So critical eye, a Dogoron plate, Dogoron Fang. I can already see that being a pain just to farm, seeing how it obviously focuses on Odogoron, and through personal experience, Odogoron rare materials from Odogoron are just a pain to farm. No, not critical draw. Weakness exploit. That looks pretty promising. And critical boost, as well as critical boost. Oh, never mind. You cannot further upgrade it. So doesn't look very promising for the charms, but let's take a look at the armor. So straight away, since I have beaten the the behemoth, I have obviously gone through and gotten the full set. So let's take a look at what it has to offer, just so that way we can probably add a minor detail here and there. So let's go ahead and equip this. So I chose not to equip this just because the critical boost will definitely help, as well as the jewel slot to the jewel slots would be very beneficial. But I know the Dragon King eye patch will give me the weakness exploit, which I don't really have here in the set. As you can see, I have no weakness exploit. So I wanted to get the Dragon King eye patch. Oh, oops, just passed it. There we go. And as you can see, through just this armor alone, I have pretty much maxed out the skills I need. You know, the critical eye, critical boost, and weakness exploit. And as I've shown, I have the gems to max those out easy. So let's go over into the equipment, since I already have that. Let's weakness exploit, Dragon, and Dragon. Alright. Now, let's go ahead and take out my previous decorations from this. Oh, too far. Alright. And add in, let's go ahead and fill in the critical decorations, just so that way I have a full slate and I don't have to, I can work in the stamina surge or the constitution. So that's all I would have left to focus on. Is critical? I think. Here we go. Nice. So, as you can see, let's move that. So that was an expert jewel. So, not far enough. Here we go. Alright. So as you can see, I have three slots left. Alright. So, let's go in and take a comparison of the Constitution and Stamina Surge charms and see which would be more beneficial. I am more leaning towards the Constitution, mainly just because I already have it, and it would slow down the depletion of our stamina so we can do more attacks instead of having to do one and then have to wait for it to recharge. Because while the monster has been knocked down, you don't want to be pretty much just sitting there waiting for your stamina to resupply for you to be able to do your heavy hitter again. So that can be leveled up 3 times, and that can only be leveled up twice. Alright, so yeah, let's go ahead and equip the Constitution charm. Constitution. There we go. Alright, and hopefully I have at least 2 hopefully I have 2 Constitution charms. Let's just switch this around so it's easier to find. There's one. So it's a 2 slot. So, and there we are. Alright. And 1 slot left over, so let's just go ahead and throw in that sharp jewel that I have. Protective polish. And for a resounding skills of max critical eye, max constitution, attack boost 3, max crit boost, max weakness exploit, level 1 power prolonger, and max protective polish, with the added armor skill bonus of Master's Touch, which will be already shorten the amount of, extend the further sharpness that I would have. So let's go ahead and give this a shot. Alright, and now that we are in the arena, let's go ahead and give this a shot. Let's see what all happens. Oh yeah, right away, better numbers. A ton of crits. And my stamina is not depleting as quickly as it was before. Yeah, so before I even had the skills equipped, as well as the armor, I was only able to do about 1.5, 2.5 different demon mode blade dances, and now that has been jumped up to about 5. which is so much better than it was beforehand. So, let's go in and add an affinity boost. Let's see what happens when we add the affinity booster, as well as the power charm, the power talon and power charm to the mix. And so, because as you can see, I am running with 269 attack and 431 defense with 45% affinity. So when we add the charms as well as talons to the mix, we are running with 290 attack and 461 defense. And let's just make this so much better and add our buffs of Mega Drug and Might Seed, just because the Mega Drug and Seeds are able to stack, and when we do the Mega Drug as well as the Might Seed, our attack jumps up to a whopping 314. Alright, so let's give this a good slice and dice real quick. And for the most part, I am critting for either a high 30s to 60 damage. In that whole array of attack. So let's go ahead and see what happens when we do an affinity booster. So beforehand we were working with 45% affinity, and now we're working with 95. And that's not even telling what our Palico can do when you equip the Coral Highlands equipment to them, which will give your Palico the ability to raise your attack as well as affinity. So there's no telling what the whole extent of the total amount of damage you can do. And as you can see, I am critting all over the place. And because of the Master's Touch from the Draken Armor set, my sharpness has not gone down yet. At all. Because, it halves the sharpness lost, whenever you crit. So my sharpness is not going down, which is amazing. And so that is my new dual blades build, and I hope you've enjoyed. And yeah, have a great rest of your day, and see you next time. Hey guys, Talanash here again. If you've lasted this far into I would like to thank you for your patience. Again, this is my first video. Any comments, corrections would be helpful and welcomed. And I know there were lots of ums and uhs and pauses. Hopefully in time I will get better and this would be just a bit easier, and those ums and uhs and pauses won't be so common. Anyways, I'd like to thank you for your time, and I hope you enjoyed this video.